Retired Admiral Mike Mullen was chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff from 2007 to 2011 under Presidents Bush and Obama. Admiral, good morning. Good to have you
Norah.
here.
Good to see you.
You hear President Trump this morning calling this a witch hunt. The special counsel is Bob Mueller, who is widely respected, correct? What do you make of this?
Well, I think the selection of Mueller is just terrific. He is widely regarded. He's got a clear independence. He's got a history of being able to conduct these kinds of investigations. And I think for where we are in it, it's really important to get the bottom of it. And there's nobody better suited to do that than Bob.
Is there any doubt in your mind that we will get to the bottom of it?
No, I think he will. I mean, it's hard to know with all of the discussion on both sides of this issue that'll happen, let's say, quickly. But I got a lot of faith in him and his background that he'll be able to do that.
You know Washington. You know the players in Washington. What is going on with this president?
I just think it's so polarized that just one issue after another just keeps coming out. And I don't have a lot of problem with the president and the administration disrupting D.C. Because I think it has not functioned well for a long time. That said, there has to be process. There has to be a way to get through the issues in some reasonable way.
But that disruption is mainly about gridlock.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, but I think that clearly there is obviously one issue after another. And to the degree that the administration feels that it's under siege, they keep generating the crises.
But Admiral, you know national security.
True.
And that's where the questions are coming from.
And Russia.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that we have to have focus in that area. We have to have consistency in that area. And it seems to be that it's just one self-generated crisis after another coming from the White House.
But the president says it is his right to have the conversations that he wants to have in the Oval Office. H.R. McMaster said the other day that the conversation with Russian officials was wholly appropriate. Do you agree with their take on that?
Well, I worry a great deal about revealing intelligence, particularly to the Russians. That the president has the right to do that, there's no question about that. But it's apparently incredibly sensitive intelligence, and we just have to be really careful about that. And it seemed as if it were released almost instantly as opposed to well thought through.
Beyond Russia, there's a question of the Middle East, and the president is going there first to Saudi Arabia. What's possible, and what does he have to do?
Well, I think he's got to establish a relationship. And I don't expect a tremendous amount out of this trip in terms of major decisions, but having a relationship that's strong and engaging with Saudi Arabia and other Middle East leaders is really critical.
But he's going to make a big speech on Islam.
Right.
All these Islamic leaders are going to be there.
Right. Well, I think, again, that gets back to, or it gets to the point of connecting with them, letting them know that we care about them, and having a relationship with them at a time of great concern for them.
Do we need a new change in policy, in fact, to disrupt the previous policy because of their sense of whether they can depend on America and those other issues?
Well, I think that issue of dependence is absolutely critical. And I won't say a new policy, but certainly a re-engagement. I know the Arab leaders have felt left out in recent years, and from that standpoint, this engagement is really critical.
How important is it for the White House and the intelligence community to have a good working relationship? Because right now it seems so very fractured, and it seems the president today is even doubling down on that.
I think it's absolutely critical, and the president and the new administration has had its ups and downs with the intelligence community. They've focused tremendously on leaks. My own experiences in Washington, the harder you chase leaks, the more leaks they're going to be. They need to be on the same page, and they need to have confidence and trust.
Why is that important? We all think that, but why is that important?
Because one worry is that if you continue to press exceptionally hard on the intelligence community, and what the president said the other day, that very sensitive piece of information, the worry is that the intel community may start pulling back on what they share with the president.
Mm-hmm. North Korea.
Toughest problem that confronts us right now, that could go south very, very rapidly. Very dangerous, very unpredictable leader, young, with nuclear weapons. I give the administration credit for moving the Chinese, at least apparently relatively quickly. Nobody else has been able to do that. We'll see if the Chinese can deliver on making that place, stabilizing that part.
Great to have you at the table.
Thanks.
Thank you.
A lot going on since you've left Washington, D.C.
Yes, sir.
He's not far away.
You are not far away, that's right.